For our last segment of our ice science experiments, we are going to be making an ice volcano. So how do we make an ice volcano? You can either use baking powder or baking soda. I'm using baking soda for mine. And it's about 2/3 to 1/3 with the baking soda and just plain water. You don't need too much water with baking soda. And you mix it up so that you get like a clay. Just need a little more water in mine. Now with volcanism, and that's the term used for volcanoes and eruptions, we have the type of volcanoes that erupt with magma inside the earth, that's inside our earth, and we also have, and they can erupt like Mount St. Helens did with a huge explosion, or we have volcanoes that will erupt just slowly with hardly any type of disruption to life except for where they go ahead and explode. Now I think I'm going to need a little bit more soda for mine. Okay, so now we have like a clay. It's a little bit more mushier than a clay. And what we can do is when you start to make your volcano, what we are going to do is we're going to make the kind of volcano that they find a weak spot in the earth and the magnet comes up and it starts spreading out, and of course then it's called lava. And we can continue, it will maybe do one eruption and it'll spread out across the land like this, and then it'll harden, and then maybe soon there will be another eruption and it'll just come up and it'll start to build a cone. There might be another eruption and it'll get taller and taller and taller. Now I'm going to put it down in so I can build it up just a little bit. And then you can see once what it'll look like. Now to make this an ice volcano, we will need to put it in the freezer then and let it freeze overnight, at least overnight. Do we have ice volcanoes on Earth? Actually, we do not. Some people and some scientists will identify ice volcanoes that come from the lakes, Lake Superior, Lake Erie, Lake Ontario. Because of the ice shelf being weak in some places, the water and the sludge underneath can be pushed up because of the wind, and the water and sludge explodes up through the ice shelf, and when it does that, it comes back down. It freezes in the air because the air is so cold, just like it happens here sometimes, and it will come down then and eventually start building a cone. It isn't actually a true ice volcano, but it's what some people identify because it does explode a bit and it does have the hydro factor to it, the water. Well, where would there be ice volcanoes? On Saturn and Jupiter, there are ice volcanoes. They're not quite sure if it's all water that comes up through, but there is some type of hydro type action that happens, and so then it erupts. So that's how we make our ice volcano, but how do we make the ice volcano erupt? I've taken the one that I have put in the freezer. I'm gonna need some paper towels. And this is an ice volcano that I have done beforehand. I'm going to take some, and we let it sit out for just a few minutes. And I'm going to take some yellow food coloring. Maybe. There was some, oh, it's not. And I'm going to add it to my volcano. And then to make it erupt, and make sure you have it somewhere where that if it causes a mess, that you have it on a tray, or you have it outside in the snow. You can take yours outside in the snow. And I'm going to add our...
What are you adding?
I'm adding white vinegar to it. And now our ice volcano is exploding.
Now, if you added more vinegar, would it come out more bubbly? And that answers that.
And that's how you can make an ice volcano here on Earth. Thank you very much.